quick Christmas countdown. If you are new to my channel, my name is Brittany, and Castiel is still laying on the couch. She kind of blends in now. But the reason I don't have a backdrop is because we're moving soon. We will have a Christmas backdrop. I will be posting more videos. And yeah, let's dive in. Well, first I am wearing a Harry Potter shirt. It's a Patronus shirt. It's actually a couple shirt, so Jeff has the other one. Because I'm like couple shirts and I kind of force him to wear those. But, oh, and if you guys have not tried, this isn't sponsored, but if you guys have not tried this Smashmallow, I can't pronounce this, these are amazing. And not just this kind, they have like a peppermint, like one that's for Christmas, and they're literally amazing. So I have my marshmallowy snack and my seltzer water, and we make sure to grab a snack and a drink, and let's dive into another Christmas spirit. So this one I will probably pronounce wrong, but I'm sure if you guys have been here for a little bit, you are very used to me not being able to pronounce things correctly. But it's pronounced, I believe, Meri Lwyd, or Meri Lwyd, Meri Lwyd. But the way that it looks is Meri Lwyd. But then when you say like how to pronounce it, like when you see it, which I'll put on the screen so you guys can see it too, it looks like it's like Meri Lwyd. But anyways, so that's just how I'm going to say it. It could be completely wrong. I do apologize. If it is wrong, I never mean to offend anybody. But let's dive in. So, Meri Lwyd is a Welsh pagan tradition. And this tradition was around far before Christianity was ever thought of. Now, it is typically associated with South Wales. Now, this tradition is actually very unique, and when I first saw a picture of Meri Lwyd, it was like, I'm not gonna lie, slightly terrifying, but it's a pretty crazy and really cool tradition. So the tradition involves mounting a horse's skull, which they call a penglog cephal, on a pole, and they decorate it. So they decorate it with bows and ribbons, and then a ghostly white sheet. Now, under the sheet, a person hides, and they operate the lower jaw of the horse's skull. Meri Lwyd is often accompanied by a group of men who are usually dressed as La Commedia dell'arte. Now, they will travel from pub to pub in the village and around the surrounding areas, trying to gain entry into those pubs by exchanging in like this game of verses with those inside the pub. So like Meri Lwyd will like her and her troupe will like say this like very clever, like sing this like very clever verse, so then the people in the pub respond with a clever verse, and it just goes back and forth until one of them relents. Now, in some areas, oh my gosh, in some areas, they actually go to people's homes and do the battle of the verses. So in order to win, like, you have to respond with something even wittier to stop her from entering. However, it's really interesting because it's considered bad luck for her not to gain entry, which is insane because you sit there and you battle back and forth with her trying to stop her from entering. But I think it's like you have to like try, and then when she eventually gains entry, it's like she's bringing the good luck with her because she won, maybe. I don't fully understand it. If you guys could give me a little bit more insight about like why they still do, like they do the battle of the verses, but she's still supposed to be let inside. Like, it's bad luck for her not to gain entry. I would love that, because I couldn't find anything about it. Or about why. Like, why you still, like, try so hard. I think it's just kind of all in good fun. So the battle can go on for like 15 minutes, which is a decently long time, because if you think about the length of just an average song, it's like 3 minutes long. So that's a pretty long time for like you to go back and forth. And almost always the insiders will relent, and Meri and her troop will gain entry and be offered food and drinks. It's said that Meri Lwyd will actually, or I'm pronouncing her the way that she's read. Meri Lwyd, is supposed to drive all the bad luck away from the previous year once she gains entry. And that is why it's so lucky for her to gain entry. So unlucky for her not to. In Dina's Midway, the community often welcomes learners who don't really know much about this tradition with open arms, and actually encourages them to take part in the festivities and to take part in this tradition with them, which is an incredible thing to do. Which, I mean, I think it would actually be super fun to take part in this, like at least once in my lifetime. That would be very cool. So Meri Lwyd comes during the darkest months of the Welsh year. And there's different translations of Meri Lwyd, and it's like who she actually is type thing, like where she comes from. So one Welsh translation is the Grey Mare, and that connects with the heritage of pale horses in Celtic and British mythology, many of whom can actually cross into the underworld. The other translation is Grey Mary. Now, some scholars have actually linked her to the Bible and the nativity story. So a pregnant horse was sent out of the stables when Mary arrived to have Jesus. So the pregnant horse spent very dark days wandering on where to find a place where she was going to give birth to her foal. And that was one of the stories of, the legends of where Meri Lwyd came from, which I think is very interesting, especially because she far predates Christianity. So Meri Lwyd also comes between Christmas Day and the 12th night. And she is known to be very mischievous, and she will try to steal things, as well as chasing people that she likes. But I mean, she is supposed to be a horse, so I guess that makes sense. As far as like the chasing goes, not so much the stealing things. The first written record of her is actually found in J. Evans' book titled A Tour Through Part of North Wales, and this book came out in the 1800s. And Meri Lwyd is often still celebrated today, which it's so amazing how far and how much, like, throughout time, traditions like this can withstand. It's just so incredible. It's incredible how strong people's beliefs can be, and that they don't give up that hope. So there is a poem that I wanted to read to you guys that was written by Vernon Watkins, and it's called The Ballad of Meri Lwyd, and it kind of describes like who she is and like what you feel, like what you encounter. So the poem goes: the living are defended by the rich warmth of the flames which keeps that loneliness out. Terrified, they hear the dead tapping at their panes. Then they rise up, armed with the warmth of firelight. So yeah, that's the poem. I love poetry. I think poetry is amazing. And I want to know what you guys think about Meri Lwyd. I want to know if you guys celebrate her, or have ever been in a town that celebrated her, or live in a town that celebrates her, and what that experience was like. So definitely drop all that in the comments down below. And if you guys are not subscribed yet, definitely make sure to hit that subscribe button, and definitely make sure to give this video a big thumbs up. We will definitely be researching and diving into so many more Christmas spirits or like Christmas time. So not just Christmas, like Yule and like all the other holidays and stuff. So definitely make sure you are subscribed so you don't miss a single video, because originally I was planning on doing the countdown to Christmas, so filming, editing, uploading every day of the month, or for the 25 days. But life kind of happened and I wasn't able to, so it is a very sporadic countdown to Christmas. So definitely make sure you are subscribed so that you don't miss a single one of my videos. I love you guys so much, and I hope that you are enjoying the holiday season, getting ready for Christmas, getting ready for whatever holiday you celebrate. And I hope that you guys have an amazing rest of your day, afternoon, night, whichever. And until next time, I love you.